it will hurt. And you'll go see the man if you have an ND, right? So I don't think anybody wants to see the skipper or the Commodore or anybody else, right? All right, so first thing we do when we come to a weapon system, right? GM1's gonna demonstrate as if you were just to come on the line and we're about to get started. What's the first thing you do? Clear and safe. All right, so he's gonna go through the actions. He's going to bring it up to his workspace, put that buttstock on his shoulder, and he's going to cock that charging handle to the rear, all the way to the rear. If it gets stuck halfway through, you keep what you got, right? You gotta bring it all the way to the rear. Then you shove that charging handle back into its home. You're gonna safe it. You're gonna put the weapon on safe. You're gonna lift that top cover. You're gonna sweep the feed tray, make sure there's no ammunition present, and then you're gonna lift the feed tray, and you're gonna visually verify that the chamber is clear and safe, that there is no round in the chamber. Once you have completed that, then you tell me, clear and safe. All right, go ahead and send that bolt forward on an empty chamber. Make sure your top cover is still open, and you send that bolt forward. All you gotta do is put the weapon on fire, and you pull the trigger. Bolt goes forward, close that top cover. All right. At that point, he's gonna have his ammunition ready to go. There's two ways of loading this weapon. You can do a side load, or you can do a top load. For this intensive purposes, we're gonna go ahead and top load right now. So he's gonna go ahead and lift that top cover, and he's gonna bring the ammunition all the way over to the cartridge stop on that feed tray. All right. There's just a little lip where cartridge goes all the way through. You hold it in place and bring that top cover down. All right. I tell him, load and make ready now. So he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna bring it up to his workspace, right? Every time you do this, you're gonna bring that weapon up to your shoulder and you're going to cock it, shove it, safe it. He's in what condition now? One. Condition 1, right? So once again, he's got no round in the chamber, his top cover is closed, his bolt is to the rear, he's got ammunition on the feed tray, and his weapon is on safe. Once he gets to target, I'm gonna tell him to fire. Go ahead, fire. Oh shoot, it didn't go bang. What does he gotta do? Immediate action. Cock it, shove it, and attempt to fire, right? All right, so you guys saw how he never took that weapon out of his shoulder. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to keep it there and just rack it. Start practicing that way. If you need to, you have to use your body, go for it. Just make sure you have positive control of that weapon. I understand that this movement, if you guys don't really work out, this gun will kick your butt also. So you might have to phone a friend in some instances. So what do I mean by that? Show him phone a friend. So he's pulling back. Oh shoot, I can't take it back. It's stuck. So I get his non-firing hand, comes over, and he pulls. If it's still stuck, he's gonna use his body. He might use the actual mount itself, the tripod, to get that leverage to bring get the charging handle all the way to the rear. All right. Now, it's very important that it comes all the way to the rear, because if not, you can have that ND.
Let me show you what we're talking about with that, right? So this is kind of a little advanced, but this weapon is considered cocked anytime that this bolt comes back far enough to strip around off the belt, right? That being said, if we don't cock this all the way to the rear, right? Right here, it will strip around off the belt. Once I let go,
bang!
Woo! Right, that's how that happens. We go all the way to the rear, it holds itself. Make sense? Okay.
All right, so he did his immediate action. It still didn't go bang. What does he have to do now? Remedial. Okay, so what's the first thing he's got to do to get to that remedial action?
Cock it, shove it, safe it, lift it, sweep it, check it.
All right, he's going to cock it, shove it, safe it, lift the top cover, sweep the feed tray for ammunition, lift it, and check that chamber. Once it's clear and safe, then he can go ahead and send that bolt forward on that empty chamber, and he can go into what?
Whams.
Whams. What's whams? All right, so he's going...
Question, do I have to do it in that order?
No.
No, right? Violence of action and economy of motion.
All right, so he's going to go ahead and, let's say, start with weapon. He's going to start from the very top of his weapon, and he's going to work his way down systematically. So visually, he's going to check that the barrel is still in place. You saw he checked his carry handle. He checked his barrel to see it. Hey, is it fully seated? Did it come off? No. Okay. So let me work my way down. Then he gets to the to the top cover. He's gonna check that feed arm, make sure that sliding things slide, and springy spring. Right. So anything that has a spring action should be springing, and anything that slides should be sliding. Easy day, right? I say it in my head. Actually, I say it out loud when I'm doing my stuff. Sliding things slide, spring. Right. Just say it. It sounds silly, but you're doing what you're saying. Right? Then he keeps going down. Make sure the buttstock is still in place. Make sure that the trigger or the pistol grip didn't actually fall off. This pin, if it comes out, your trigger housing assembly will still be on, but it is loose. So that sear that catches on the actual bolt. What's that?
Backing up. Sweet.
So the trigger housing assembly, even though it doesn't have the pin, the sear won't catch on the operating rod, on the sear notch. So that gun will continue to fire until you do something. So make sure that you check. Yep.
So, should hold itself to the rear, yeah?
That gun will continue firing the whole time. It will not stop until it runs out of ammunition or you do something with it, all right? So you're checking that. Once you check your weapon, then you can go to, I personally go to my mount, right? And check my mount, make sure that that wing nut in the front is nice and tight, that both pins that are holding the weapon to the actual mount are still in place. Yeah, we still got to, they weren't finished. We got to make sure that all that's good, right? Because if it's not, then it's going to cause that flower pot to be loose, or something is going to keep that weapon from actually being held in place, causing a interruption in the cycle of operations.
Some of you guys have deployed, right? Been on the boats and stuff. Anyone actually see, you know, after a whole bunch of bouncing up and down, if you don't secure these with zip ties, actually this wing nut in the front
It'll come up.
loosen itself, and then your forward gunner's sitting there and he's picking up the fucking mount and the gun and shit, and he's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" I've seen it, right? So check that.
All right, so you check those places, right? After that, then I go to myself. I go ahead and make sure I'm still in the fight. Hey, what am I doing wrong? Did I put the weapon on safe? Did I put it on fire? Am I hurt? Have I been shot? Have I lost my fingers? Has something happened to me that allows me not to handle this weapon properly? No, I'm straight. All right, cool. None of my gear is in the way, so I should have no issues. And very last, I go to ammunition, because it's the last thing that I'm going to check before I go ahead and reintroduce it and get back to work. So like Jim once said, economy in motion, right? And violence in action. I'm doing this as quickly as possible, but I'm getting as effective as I possibly can to get back in the fight. Because when I'm up here, even though I'm not getting shot at, in my head I'm getting shot at. So I got to shoot back so I can go ahead and put those suckers down. So I'm going to check that ammunition. I'm going to see, hey, am I feeding the ammo the right way? Are my links broken, or are my rounds out of place? This weapon is not like the 50. If something is jamming the ammunition and it's not feeding smoothly, it will cause a stoppage. You will not feed. The 50 will just pull that sucker over. It doesn't care. With the 240, you got to make sure that it's nice and smooth area. Also, you're gonna check. Hey, is my ammunition rusty? Because we're on the boats, you will see shit ammo. I promise you, it is bad.
It will shoot. It just won't shoot out of the links, I promise. I've seen it.
So if I see, hey, these 10 rounds look like straight rust garbage, just brass to grass, right? So, I'm sorry, yeah, you're gonna go ahead and flip it forward, break that link, throw that ammo, I don't care, put it in the water, put it on the deck, just get that shit out of the way.
For here, just hand it to your
Yeah,
coach.
give it to it.
I'm not chasing shit down there.
Yeah. Then you go ahead, load that weapon, and get in the fight, right? So once again, I'm shooting, bang, click, nothing happens. Immediate action. Try to fire again, nothing happens. I'm going to cock it, shove it, safe it, lift it, sweep it, check it. All right, nothing's there. Send it forward, put it in my workspace. That way I could use two hands, right? As I'm checking, I'm doing two things at one time. With my hands, I can feel things that spring and I can feel things that slide. I'm visually inspecting that barrel. All right, cool. Still in there. Awesome. My pin's still in place. I'm good. All right, check my mount. Oh, wing nut's tight. My pins are still in. All right, good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and check myself. Hey, am I alive? Am I good to go? Hell yeah, I am. All right, let's go. Ammo. Check it. On. Fucking stupid ammo. Throw it. Lift it. Load it. Cock it. Shove it. And get back in the fight. Easy day?
Easy day.
All right.
So when, like you said, when you're doing the two-hand inspection, it's quick, fast. Keeping that combat mindset, right? At the same time, though, we still want effective training. So we don't want people who haven't done this before come up here and just done. Okay? We don't want that, right? Start slow, right? Line coaches, start them off slow. Make sure they're hitting all the bases correctly. Once we develop the fundamentals, then we build proficiency and speed. Yeah?
Yeah.
Any question on what we just went over right here?
No, time to ask a question.
There's a
Ask
round.
now.
So I would say for training purposes, in PE phase, they will tell you to do side load on the 240. That's for Cat 3.